All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to another podcast edition from Race Mirror. I'm very happy to have Gaurav with me, and this has been an annual tradition that we do for the Indian Derby. Gaurav, thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you once again for having me. This is the fourth edition, I would say, for a Derby podcast. And I look forward to doing this gig. I enjoy it.
Well, thank you so much, Gaurav, and I think you've been a great support to us, and always lovely to have you.
Thank you. And I must say, you guys do a good job. It's a good portal, it's very informative, engaging. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you. With that, let's straight away dive into our HPSL Indian Derby. 16 runners go to post. It's a very balanced one with 6 fillies and 10 colts going to the post. And surprisingly, there are 5 last entries. What do you have to talk about that?
Very good. Good for the owner, good for the participants. The prize money swells with the final entries. And the good thing is most of them are well-deserving, legitimate final entries. So yeah, good for the prize money, for the professionals and the owners.
Well, I think that every year the Derby goes one notch up, and specifically this year it's going to be a clash of the titans with the top Indian jockeys and top foreign jockeys vying for the title. What do you have to say about that? I think with the participation of superstars from each of their centres internationally and our Indian centres, it's again another level up. What do you have to say about that?
You're absolutely correct. Some of our Indian boys are really riding at the top of the game. Suraj has been super. Trevor has been very consistent over the years. Sandesh has been riding at the top level. Guys, forgive me if I forget your name over here. And internationally, to have someone like Oisin Murphy, Tom Marquand, these are global Group 1 winners. Christophe Lemaire, I remember him coming in 2002 in India.
Absolutely.
And what a year and what an invitation weekend he had. He won 3 out of the 4 big ones. He won the Sprinter and the Super Mile with strength to strength. He won the invitation with the Pelican.
Yes.
And he did show the world, he did show us Indians then that what a talent he is. Going forward, he did exceedingly well in France. Now he's based in Japan. Hats off to him. He is a true ambassador for our sport. What a great personality. What a great athlete and one of the greatest jockeys in the world right now. So I think for me personally as a racing aficionado, it's absolutely a privilege and an honor to see someone like Christophe Lemaire gracing the Indian Derby.
All right, then let's quickly dive into the runners. The first runner, African Goal. Well, how do you think about African Goal? I think as far as I have seen, I think his pet distance has been a mile. Do you think that African Goal will get the distance and trip?
So everybody has to answer, or rather everybody is looking for that answer. He's definitely, up to a mile, he's been a freak. He's had great show. 2000 guineas, the Indian 2000 guineas didn't work well for him. Could be various reasons, could be a different style of running. Could be first time on this track. Having said that, the connections took a conscious decision of giving him a break and then just bringing him back for the Indian Derby. We have to respect that. We have to respect most of the contenders in the field. From the pedigree point of view, Multidimensional has won it with All India with Immortality. Botswana, the dam, she's an invincible spirit mare. She was invincible spirit out of Karataka. She herself was second in the Guineas. There's her brother Congressional, again placed in the Indian 2000 Guineas. They've got a brother who's a group winner in the UK called Majestic Falcon. Having said that, with whatever has run from the family in India, mile and a half hasn't been up their compass yet. So I'm looking forward to finding the answer on Sunday.
Absolutely. We're all looking forward to that. Let's move on to horse number 2, Castile. Now, Castile has been performing very well. He's won the Calcutta Derby. He's won the 2000 Guineas, and he won the Calcutta Derby with quite some conviction. He's travelled all the way. He's a big lanky horse, and I don't think that staying is the question for him. He's already stayed. He's already showed. Your thoughts on Castile?
So I agree. He's travelled well, but he's not a lanky horse anymore. I think he's really filled into his frame nicely. I did see him canter yesterday actually. So he's not lanky anymore. He's filled into his big frame nicely. We have to give a lot of credit to the dam, Castle Queen. There aren't many mares who produce 3 Derby winners. She's produced Castile, she's produced Champion's Way, she's produced Castle Bridge, who won the Indian 2000 Guineas, who won the Mysore Derby, who won the Colts. Pedigree deserves respect. He has shown us he stayed. Now the question is whether he'll be able to shine in this competition, because the fact is that the Mumbai track and the Indian Derby is mother of all the derbies that we have. So he will stay. He is looking well. Good luck to the connections.
Absolutely. Moving on to the third runner, Dash. Now, I haven't seen Dash, with the company that is in the Indian Derby. So, what do you think of Dash?
Well, at this point, my opinion is that Dash is suitable for shorter dashes. That's what his program has been so far. Now, from the pedigree point of view, the dam see the sunrise. There are 2 really nice European champions up close in the pedigree, Hector Protector, Bosra Sham. But for me, like you said, and I would agree with you, he would be, for me, a pick over a shorter trip rather than this 1.5 mile trip right now.
Okay, moving on to the next runner, which is Duke of Tuscany. Well, Duke of Tuscany has suddenly come into its own. I think this horse will be very special and close to you because you've been a avid Cougar Mountain fan. We always see you put up, post about Cougar Mountain's progenies winning Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. And Duke of Tuscany actually moved from Lakshman Singh to now Pacey Shroff. And I think that the entire change of regime has worked well for him, and he's won the Derby as well in Hyderabad, and coming to Bombay again. The connection seems to be confident about this one.
Okay, change of scene definitely helps because, you're with Pacey Shroff and he has been consistent and he is the best, for me, the best trainer in the country. Statistically also, he's been breaking records literally every year. So yes, moving into that level definitely helps. Having said that, he did win the 2000 Guineas in Hyderabad with Lakshman. There were some administrative reasons because of which the horse has moved. Coming back to my posts on Cougar Mountain, yes, he's been very close to me. I've been associated with him. I've been associated with the farm for a long time. And he's had 3 crops of Derby age. He's had 4 Derby winners.
Yeah.
Diff, Jamari, Arcadian, Duke of Tuscany. And mind you, those 3 crops, 2 of them are very small crops because those 2 years he suffered setback in the breeding shed. Okay. So yes, I think and I believe he's the hottest young stallion in the country today. Okay, let's put the sire side aside. The dam side is equally interesting. We've all heard of the mare, the wonder mare Jacqueline, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So this pedigree has a lot to do with Jacqueline. For the fresh viewers, Jacqueline won the 4 Indian classics that are run at Mahalaxmi. She won the 1000 Guineas, 2000 Guineas, Oaks and the Indian Derby. Interestingly, now a lot of people with very limited knowledge, we find them making a lot of casual comments all the time. And one of the casual comments that I get to hear is Jacqueline has produced nothing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's absolutely incorrect. Let's get the record right. So she retired, she was covered by Glory of Dancer, and then Jacqueline left the country.
Okay.
She foaled the Glory of Dancer colt in Ireland. That horse won a couple of races and a group race abroad.
Okay.
His name was, I think, Lord Napier. There's another horse. Then she was bred to Galileo. Okay. She produced a horse called Xenon, who was a multiple winner. Then she was covered by Australia. And then she was imported back into India. Now that progeny was Nicolini, who's the dam of Duke of Tuscany. Nicolini won a race. She's by Australia, who won the Epsom Derby and the Irish Derby. Uh, so coming back to Duke of Tuscany, you've got Cougar Mountain, who's shown he's a top-notch stallion. He's won the Hyderabad Derby fairly convincingly.
Absolutely.
The pedigree, the Grand Dam is Jacqueline. So yeah, again from the trip point of view, I won't worry about him.
All right. So moving on to the next one, Golden Thunder. Now, this one is very interesting. Crystal Ocean, out of high and above.
High above.
High above. I've been a fan of Crystal Ocean only for the fact that during Enabler's race, it was a fight to the finish. And
Not Enabler, Enable.
Enable's race. It was a fight to finish.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people underestimated him when he ran the first time, and he showed what a class he is. He's a god abroad. He showed what a class he is, and he won the Ruya as well very convincingly. Your thoughts? I don't think there's the question of staying ability.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to stay till the cows come home.
So, your thoughts on this?
Crystal Ocean was a Group 1 winner. He won the Prince of Wales Stakes at Ascot. He's by Sea the Stars.
Yep.
As we speak, he's a national hunt stallion, so there is enough stamina in the family. You don't have to worry. Again, on the female side, like Nicolini, High Above is also by Australia. It's a nice family. Some nice Group 1 winners up close in the family. There's a matron stakes winner in Ireland called Chacha Mayday. She's up close in the family. Then there's an English Guineas winner, Virginia Waters, and it's a very, very nice contemporary family. You have to give credit to the trainer because he's planned this a long time ago, and David Allen was booked for him for a while, is what I am aware of.
Correct.
So yeah, staying again not a problem, and he did win what is the traditional prep for the Indian Derby, the RR Ruya.
Yeah. All right. Moving on next to Imperial Star. Now I think Imperial Star is there to make the ground or the running for Castile. You feel that's the strategy going in, because I haven't seen Imperial Star perform yet.
Yes, I think that's what his primary role is going to be. Having said that, he comes from one of the very nice Poonawala's Blue Hen families of stunning. Southern Empire won the Indian Triple Crown from that family. Change of Luck, Missing You. These are prominent names from that family. Classical Act, Rasant, Isn't She Special?
Yeah.
So, but like you said, it seems he's going to do the job of managing the pace.
Absolutely. So moving on, the next runner is Odysseus. I think decent horse. He's performed well over the longer trips. So, and what do you have to say about Odysseus?
On form, he's definitely shot to be in this company, but I'm sure connections probably have other thoughts about it, and having booked Tom Marquand for him as well. So again, wait and watch situation. At the moment, on form, he's not right up in this rank here. On the pedigree front, Ulysses, he won the Juddmonte International, he won the Eclipse Stakes. Last year, he produced a very nice Group 1 winner, Tattersalls Gold Cup winner in Ireland, called the horse called White Birch.
Okay.
The dam, Hafadmare Hidden Valley, she's sister to 4 or 5 group winners in England and Germany. And from the female family, there's been a very nice staying horse in Hong Kong. He was a champion stayer in Hong Kong a few years ago called Irish Correspondent.
Okay.
So blood-wise, not a problem. His ability and quality-wise, I think he has a lot to prove.
All right. Then let's quickly move on to the Bangalore challenger, Positano. Your thoughts on Positano?
Again, a horse who's close to my heart for various reasons. Arid, this is his first crop. He's had another horse who ran a very, very credible second in the Chennai Derby, Rodney. On the pedigree front, Arids should get a trip. He himself ran 4th in the Epsom Derby. He's a son of Teofilo, who's produced Derby winners, who produced Melbourne Cup winners. So from the sire side, and he was a very, very tough, solid racehorse. And on the dam side, we saw a very nice horse few years ago called Silver Arrow. Satinette is sister to that. Satinette was herself second in the South India Oaks.
Okay.
So Again, blood-wise should not be a problem. There's a nice German family down there, and few years ago there was a very nice mile and a half winner in the UK from the family, a horse called Ottoman Emperor. We'll talk about him a little more. There's a filly from the same family running.
Absolutely. So moving on to the next runner, which is Rancolino. What a superb smashing Derby win it was. I think was not given that credit, but then with the trainer, I think that's been always the thing with Bairamjis. They always have something up their sleeve. What do you have to say about that?
You're right. He was very impressive, and if he's travelled well, because we are running within a week, if he's travelled well, which I hear he has, I think he'll be right up there. That was an impressive performance. He beat the Pune Derby winner, redefined in that. The horse that ran fourth was a Mysore Derby winner. So you have to give a lot of credit, and he won with ease. It was an impressive performance. First really serious horse by Fiero, who's a son of Deep Impact. This horse is bred at Manjri. Sunset the Dam was a got abroad who raced. She was by Stroll out of Sweet Ober Melissa. Further down in the pedigree, there's a nice Group 1 winner called Sue Babe and a stallion in America called Northern Prospect. But all that is immaterial because he shows he stays.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Moving on to our 10th runner, Santissimo. Well, again, another horse which is close to you. Well, the Indian Derby is always an affair of Gaurav Rampal.
No. Oh, yeah. He's been special. He's won 7 races. Not easy. So, very interesting. So, it's a Rahi mare, Belden Hill. Very nice. She had produced another very nice horse who won 12 races few years ago, won 2 group races called Plenipotent. He was a Hyderabad based horse. The dam was imported by member Joanna Stud, and somewhere middle of her career she did move to Track Supreme.
Okay.
And this horse is bred at Track Supreme. Another gusto from the same family which stayed mile and a half is Evaldo, who won the South India Derby. So that gusto nick with this family has produced a mile and a half horse. Again, the horse has done nothing wrong. Credit to the trainer, credit to the team. 2 Group 1s.
Yeah.
Bangalore Derby, Indian 2000 Guineas. Ocean Murphy.
Pune Derby, I think.
Well, we'll not discuss that. Ocean Murphy, what a great support he's been.
Absolutely.
For us as well. I mean, like last year he was here for Jendai.
Yeah.
Again, an absolute great ambassador for the sport.
Sure.
Great ambassador for the sport.
Absolutely.
And he gave a really, really beautiful ride in the 2000 Guineas. So, the question mark is another 2 furlongs. For me, he's going to be right there in the finish.
All right, we'll take that. And moving on to the next one, which is another Bangalore challenger, Final Call out of Padmanabhan Stables. Well, he's always been the classic maestro. Do you think that Final Call will be his final call for the Indian Derby?
Based on an Oaks run, no. How she's progressed since then and what they've seen to have her run in the race is guesswork for me at this point in time. Pedigree wise, yes. Distance wise, not a problem. See the Moon won the German Derby, won by a street. Yeah. He's produced a couple of serious Group 1 winners who stay the trip. Dam is by Holy Roman Emperor. Yep. Finale. Holy Roman Emperor has done very, very well in India. Finale was a listed winner, Group 3 placed. I think she placed in the St. Simon Stakes, which is a Group 3. There's an interesting horse in the pedigree called Prince of Arran, who placed in 3 Melbourne Cups, which is over 3,200 meters. So loaded with stamina. Yeah. That won't be a problem. How good is she for this field? Is a question mark for me. Yeah.
All right. The next one is La Dolce Vita. Speaking of which, out of Ziska, we know what Ziska did. Ziska was a very, very lovely, mare now. But in her prime form, she's won a lot of derbies in Hyderabad. Specifically, she won the Hyderabad Golconda Derby and stuff. What do you have to say about La Dolce Vita?
So let's go to Ziska first. Yeah, she did win the Hyderabad Derby. She won the Cal Derby as well.
Absolutely.
She ran a grand race in the Indian Derby.
finished second, and I think
Yes.
PS was eyeing for his first Indian Derby.
She ran a grand second. Um, More importantly, as a broodmare, she has produced an Indian Classic winner in Kapriska,
Yeah.
who won the Saint Leger.
Yes.
Again, stamina not a problem. I was disappointed with her in the Oaks, and I would say that has a lot to do with the running of the race and her positioning in the Oaks.
Okay.
So I think she should have finished much better. Again, coming from a yard with a very, very senior trainer, the Mr. Chinoy. And speaking of which, has won the Indian Derby with Mira.
Absolutely.
Let's see. A lot of people might not consider her on the Oaks run, but I think her positioning in that race made a lot of difference.
All right, moving on to Psychic Star. Now, this horse is absolutely been a star. A lot of people questioned whether Multitude's progenies will stay the distance, and I think Psychic Star has proved everybody wrong. Being a first Indian horse to be a stallion, which is Multitude, he's proving everybody wrong.
Okay, no, so he's not the first Indian bred
Usha.
stallion who's been,
For Usha.
Yeah.
For Usha.
Yes, incredible, and that's clearly a testament to the farm and what they breed. You know, you have to give it off to Amita Mehra 100% in this. It's not easy. There are a lot of naysayers. People write off pedigrees, stallions, professionals every single day over here. And for Pacey to have faith in her, for the connections to invest in Multitudes, it says a lot. Incredible. There's another classic winner that he's produced in the first crop. The Hyderabad Oaks winner. The Chennai Oaks winner, Magnetic.
Yeah.
So, two classic winners, two individual classic winners with Psychic Star winning two Indian classics is a big one for any stallion.
Absolutely.
Very, very nice filly. Can't take away anything from her. To be able to run the 2000 guineas as well and then come and do what she did in the Oaks is very, very credible. Again, amazing pedigree.
Yeah.
She is a sister to Immortality,
Yes.
who won the Indian Derby. She is a half sister to Supernatural, who won the Bangalore Derby. And then there's Psychic Force, another Group 1 winner.
Yeah.
So another mare who's turning out to be a really blue hen. Not easy for any mare to do it.
Sure.
And it's an incredible feat. And the Grand Dam, Psychic Flame, also won the Indian Derby. So lots going for her. And coming back to Christophe Lemaire, he is amongst the best in the world right now, and it will be an absolute pleasure to see them get into the starting gates now.
All right, let's move on to our 14th runner, which is Pyrite. You've been at the helm of auctions at the Poonawalla farm, and this one is out of Grey Allure.
Yeah. Grey Allure is sister to Alluring Silver,
Yeah.
who won the Invitation Cup. And she's run in 3 Indian Classics on board.
Yeah.
So, pedigree, yes, there is merit. There's a nice Group 1 winner in Canada right up close in the family called Turalor. On form, she has a lot to find.
Yeah.
She has lots and lots to find right now.
Alright, then let's move on to our 15th runner, which is Regina Memorabilis. What do you have to say about this from the stables of Imtiaz Singh?
Again, one of the final entries, but when you have a filly which is run second in the Oaks, she does deserve a chance at the Indian Derby. So, yeah, here she is. The stallion in the Indian Derby, he had a horse called Chopin who ran third few years ago.
Yes.
That was the umpire which has run in the Indian Derby earlier. She still has a lot to find. From the female family, it's the same family of Positano. Ibiza Empress, the dam, she's produced a very nice Group 3 winner in England called Ottoman Emperor, who won the mile and a half at Goodwood. So yeah, she still has lots to find, I would say.
Okay, then our last runner, which is Thalassa. Excellent art out of Thayurat.
Thurayat. Yeah. Tamayu's mare Thurayat. It's a nice filly. She's again run a very nice fourth in the Oaks. Pedigree wise should not be a problem from the female family side, because there are two Epsom Oaks winners right up in the pedigree, Midway Lady and Ashwara. And 2 years ago there was a very nice Group 2 winner in France called Rabia from the same family over a trip. Excellent art, has won an Indian Derby with Star Superior.
Yeah.
But by and large the impression is that the progeny are suited for slightly lesser distances. For me, again, she also has a lot to find in this field.
Alright, so that were the 16 runners for the HPSL Indian Derby. I'm not going to put Gaurav at the spot by asking him
don't.
which do you feel will win, but I'm going to ask you a question. Will it be the fillies or will it be the
I
colts?
think it's Colts.
Alright, so he says it's the colts. So you have 10 colts running. Now it's up to you to guess which colt will win the HPSL Indian Derby. It was a pleasure again, Gaurav. Thank you so much for being with us. And I think it is always lovely to catch up with you, understanding about pedigree, which I think a lot of people will need in terms of going forward as well. We hope to keep catching up with you, continuously again in the future as well. And thank you for always being a great supporter.
Thank you very much. And it's turning out to be a great race. Actually, great 2 days of racing in Western India. And we just hope most of the viewers, if you can come down to the track and enjoy, that will be fun. It's going to be a proper weekend of racing in India. Thank you.
Thank you, Gaurav. And guys, like Gaurav said, do come to the races. Hope to see you on Sunday, the 2nd February, and also on the 1st of February at the Mahalaxmi Racecourse. You can buy your tickets at Book My Show, or you can directly buy it here at the gate. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we at Race Mirror will continue to get some live racing action content to you always. Thank you so much. Stay blessed, and see you past the post.